Y'all, you probably think the Toronto Blue Jays are done making moves after that World Series run, but hold up. Shane Bieber just dropped a massive decision that's got the whole baseball world buzzing today. We're talking a $16 million player option that changes everything for our 2025 championship defense. Blue Jays Nation, can you believe this bombshell just hit? Today, we reveal the move that could redefine Toronto baseball and why insiders are saying this is just the beginning of our off-season master plan. If you're a true fan of the Blue Jays who bleeds blue and white, you won't want to miss a second of today's updates. Smash that like button, drop a comment with your boldest prediction, and hit subscribe because we're about to dive deep into moves that'll have you rethinking our entire 2025 strategy. Let me paint you the picture of where we stand right now. The defending AL champions just wrapped up an incredible postseason run, but the work's far from over. Our rotation has some serious question marks heading into next season. Kevin Gausman's been solid, Jose Berrios had that rough stretch that left him off the playoff roster, and we've got young blood like Trey Yesavage showing flashes of brilliance. But here's the thing that's got Rogers Center buzzing. We just lost Chris Bassett and Max Scherzer to free agency, leaving some massive holes to fill. The AL East is absolutely ruthless, folks. We're staring down the barrel of another war with the Yankees, who never sleep when it comes to free agency. The Red Sox are always lurking, ready to make a splash. Baltimore's young core is only getting hungrier after watching us lift that trophy. And don't even get me started on Tampa Bay's ability to do more with less. This division doesn't give you a break, and one wrong move in the offseason could cost us everything. But wait, there's a twist coming that nobody saw coming this morning. Shane Bieber, the former Cy Young winner we picked up from Cleveland, just exercised his $16 million player option for 2025. Now, this might not sound like earth-shattering news to casual fans, but let me break down why this decision is absolutely massive for our championship window. Bieber was coming off Tommy John surgery and could have hit free agency looking for that big payday. We're talking potentially $100 million plus over multiple years. Instead, he's betting on himself for one more season in Toronto. According to Keegan Matheson from MLB.com, and this is where it gets really interesting, the Blue Jays aren't done, not even close. Front office insiders are buzzing about how this Bieber decision actually opens up more aggressive moves in free agency. We're not talking about bargain bin signings or stopgap solutions. The word from inside the organization is they're targeting long-term commitments at the top end of the market. Here's the kicker that's got me fired up as a lifelong Jays fan. Both Gausman and Bieber become free agents after 2026, which means management knows they need to act now. This isn't about patching holes. This is about building a dynasty. When you look at our potential rotation of Gausman, Yesavage, Bieber, and Berrios, there's talent there. But we need that ace-level arm to really separate us from the pack. The financial implications here are massive, and it shows ownership is serious about defending that championship. Bieber opting in at $16 million instead of testing free agency saves us potentially $80 million over multiple years. That money doesn't just disappear, it gets redirected into other premium arms on the market. But here's where it gets interesting from a tactical standpoint. John Schneider's got some serious decisions to make about this rotation. Yesavage looked like a future star in the playoffs, but can he handle a full season workload? Berrios is entering his age 32 season, coming off inconsistent performance. The depth behind these guys includes Bowden Francis and prospect Gage Stanifer, but neither screams reliable big league starter right now. Before we continue, smash that like if you bleed blue and white and want to see the Jays run it back in 2025. And here's the kicker. What if the front office is already in talks with one of the premier free agents on the market right now? The rumor mill is absolutely churning with possibilities. Corbin Burns, Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery, Goozer. These are the names being whispered in baseball circles as potential targets for teams with championship aspirations. With Bieber locked in at a reasonable rate, suddenly the math works for Toronto to make a serious run at elite-level pitching. Think about the psychological impact, too. When a Cy Young winner like Bieber chooses to run it back with your organization instead of chasing the biggest payday possible, that sends a message to other free agents. It says this culture, This team, this city is special. Players want to be part of something historic, and defending champions with financial flexibility, that's exactly the kind of situation that attracts top talent. Now let's talk scenarios, because there are multiple ways this could play out. The optimistic outlook has us landing one of those premium arms I mentioned, giving us a rotation that could legitimately be the best in the American League. Imagine a top four of an elite free agent signing: Gausman, Bieber, and Yesovic, with the experience of a championship run behind them. That's the kind of depth that wins back-to-back titles. The cautious approach recognizes that even with Bieber back, we're still one injury away from serious trouble. Baseball's unpredictable, and asking a pitcher coming off Tommy John surgery to make 30-plus starts is always a risk. That's why multiple moves might be necessary. Not just one big splash, but strategic depth throughout the rotation. Key dates are approaching fast. The winter meetings are just around the corner, and that's typically when the big dominoes start falling. Free agency is heating up, and teams are already making their pitches to top-tier talent. The trade market's also active, though with our championship core intact, trades seem less likely than free agent signings. Remember those back-to-back World Series wins in '92 and '93? This feels like that kind of moment where the organization is all in on sustained excellence. The Bieber decision signals confidence, both from the player in the organization and from management in their ability to build around this core. So here's what I'm watching for in the coming weeks. First, which premium starter becomes the primary target? Second, how aggressive do we get in addressing the back end of the rotation? And third, does this financial flexibility extend to other areas? Maybe bullpen depth or offensive upgrades? Blue Jays Nation, this Bieber news isn't just about one player making a financial decision. It's about a championship organization making calculated moves to stay on top. The AL East is going to be a bloodbath again in 2025. But with smart moves like this one, we're positioning ourselves to be right in the thick of it. Who do you want to see in a Blue Jays uniform this season? Are you thinking we go after Corbin Burnes, or is there another arm you've got your eye on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, share this with your fellow Jays fans, and make sure you're subscribed because this offseason is just getting started. The defending champions aren't done building their dynasty, and neither are we done breaking down every move that gets us closer to another parade down Yonge Street.